What do global climate action, the Iran nuclear deal, and humanitarian aid in Lebanon have in common? All of them rely on the EU's foreign policy arm, the European External Action Service. Yet, this organization operates largely in the background, quietly shaping how Europe interacts with the world. Today, we're diving into the EEAS, what it is, how it works, and why it matters. Welcome to Ciceroni. Want to support us to make more of these videos on complex aspects of the EU? You can easily do so by becoming our patron. Every euro helps us. Think of the EEAS as the EU's diplomatic corps, akin to the foreign service of a country. But of course, it can't be called the EU's foreign service, because that would step on the toes of the member states. So we're stuck with the vaguer and longer External Action Service. The EEAS was launched in 2011 after the Lisbon Treaty. It's tasked with implementing the EU's foreign and security policies. But here's the catch. It's not a replacement for the national foreign services of member states. Instead, it acts as a bridge, ensuring the 27 member states present a united front on the global stage. The EEAS has three primary objectives: peace and security, from brokering ceasefires to supporting post-conflict rebuilding; promoting EU values, championing democracy, human rights, and sustainable development; strategic partnerships, working with powers like the United States, China, and the African Union to address shared challenges. With 145 delegations worldwide, the EEAS ensures Europe is represented almost everywhere, from Washington, D.C. to the Solomon Islands. These delegations act as embassies, fostering partnerships and providing on-the-ground insights to shape EU policies. But with the EU, nothing is ever that simple. While they act as embassies and are headed by ambassadors, they are not called embassies. That would make things far too easy. In Brussels, the EEAS headquarters buzzes with activity. Experts in areas like cybersecurity, climate diplomacy, and conflict resolution collaborate with other EU institutions, member states, and international organizations to craft cohesive strategies. The High Representative of the Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy heads the European External Action Service. Yeah, that is a real mouthful. Think of her as Europe's top diplomat, mediating between member states while also steering the EEAS. And this is only one of her hats. The High Representative also serves as the Vice President of the European Commission and as the head of the European Defence Agency. One could argue that it would be better to split this large portfolio among other commissioners. Supporting the High Representative is a workforce of diverse experts. Around 5,000 workers are spread between its headquarters in Brussels and its 140 delegations worldwide. In Brussels, the headquarters is staffed by a blend of EU officials, permanent staff recruited through EU institutions, seconded national experts, experts lent by EU member states. These bring unique national perspectives to the table, or people that got dumped here so that they are not in the way in the national ministries. Contract agents and local staff. These include specialists hired for their expertise in specific fields like development aid, security, and public diplomacy. And globally, the delegations. Think of them as EU embassies. These are run by EU ambassadors appointed by the EEAS. These ambassadors head teams that include political analysts providing on-the-ground insights, development officers managing aid programs, trade experts negotiating economic agreements, and security advisors monitoring threats like terrorism and cyber attacks. This mix of staff ensures the EEAS is more than just a bureaucracy. It's a highly specialized team capable of tackling everything from humanitarian crises to tech diplomacy. One of its standout achievements was its role in negotiating the Iran nuclear deal. Acting as a neutral mediator, it brought together the US, Iran, and other world powers to agree on limiting Iran's nuclear program. This effort exemplifies the EU's ability to foster dialogue where others might falter. Not a bad achievement for an organization that has existed for less than 15 years and has to invent a whole new diplomatic culture with all the different national cultures within it. Recently, the European Diplomatic Academy was started to train EU diplomats together, bridging the cultural gaps and styles. Of course, the EEAS isn't without challenges. Critics argue that member states often prioritize national interests over collective goals, making it harder to present a united front. This is particularly difficult in high-profile topics with big consequences. Take the conflict between Israel and Hamas, or the 2003 invasion of Iraq by the United States. It's hard for the EU as a bloc to take a stance if member states can't agree amongst themselves. And here, the potential is quite huge. If the EU and all its member states would align in such international discussions, their combined influence would be substantially bigger. Another point of criticism is the complexity of EU bureaucracy, which can slow decision-making in urgent crises. Here, personalities matter. While we often feel like the EU is full of faceless bureaucrats, the approach that each High Commissioner has leads to very different results. Borrell's creative and driven style to use the European Peace Facility to support Ukraine against Russia. Mogherini's finesse to get all member states to agree on a global strategy. And now, Kallas's first-hand experience as a national prime minister of a country under active threat by Russia. In an era of geopolitical tension, climate change and global pandemics, no single nation can tackle these challenges alone. The EEAS exemplifies Europe's commitment to multilateralism, working together for collective solutions. Whether it's negotiating peace in the Middle East or providing aid in Ukraine, the EEAS ensures that Europe's voice is heard loud and clear on the global stage. To recap, the EEAS is the EU's diplomatic arm, with over 4,500 skilled staff to tackle global challenges, foster peace, and promote European values. From mediating landmark agreements like the Iran nuclear deal to representing the EU in 140 delegations worldwide, it exemplifies multilateral cooperation. While it faces hurdles like balancing member states' priorities and navigating complex crises, it remains a vital tool in projecting Europe's voice on the global stage. Do you think the EEAS is succeeding in its mission, or does it need to step up its game? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about the EU's institutions, their functions and how laws are made, be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel.